Are ninjas real? While they seem like a part of Japanese folklore, they are, in fact, real. Though most people think of the ancient Shinobi mercenaries as nothing but stealth assassins, in reality, they were a lot more James Bond than Sonny Chiba's Hattori Hanzo. Before we start, be sure to subscribe and click on the bell so you don't miss new videos. This is the channel Learning the World. Let's go! Espionage was the name of the game. Cloaked in a variety of disguises, they infiltrated enemy territory to learn building layouts, swipe secret passwords, and spread misinformation. If need be, they were also up for sabotage, mainly in the form of arson. No one knows when ninjas first started to appear, but it's estimated it was around the 15th century. However, they didn't fully come into their own until the Sengoku period, also known as the Warring States period. During this time, the two most famous ninja clans, Iga and Koga, had their heydays. But like with all golden ages, eventually, the sun had to set. Even so, Shinobi have left an imprint on the history of Japan that will never be erased. So, if you only thought ninjas were all myth, think again. These are some real facts about ninjas. Ninjas' roots come from China. After the Tang dynasty collapsed in 907, some of the generals fled to Japan. Later, in the 1020s, Chinese monks followed, carrying their own new ideas along with them. The resulting blend of tactics and philosophies had a huge influence on Japan. Shinobi and ninja mean the same thing. Some say ninja, some say shinobi. Who's right? As it turns out, everybody's a winner. Ninja stems from Chinese, but its pronunciation changed after it was adopted into Japanese. Ninja translates to one who endures. Shinobi, on the other hand, is a homegrown Japanese term. In kanji, ninja, or shinobi, and more formally shinobi no mano, has two characters, and when pronounced in Chinese, sounds like ninja. In modern times, ninjas are sometimes referred to as ninjutsu. Iga and Koga were the most famous clans. The two most famous ninja clans were Iga, from Mie Prefecture, and Koga, Shiga Prefecture. They kept their ninja communities hidden away in the local mountains and forests, allowing them to hone their skills. The Sengoku period was the ninja golden age. During the Nanbakucho and Unin Wars, ninjas played an active role, but they didn't hit their peak until the Sengoku period. In this era, they functioned as scouts, spies, and agitators for the different warring factions, and were particularly skilled at breaching castles. Once behind the walls, they distracted enemy soldiers while their clients charged in from the outside. Samurai sometimes doubled as ninja. Samurai were bound by the code of Bushido, the way of the warrior, which means they had a strict set of standards to follow. But there were some who would moonlight as shinobi. Many ninjas were commoners. While it's true that some samurai doubled as ninja, many shinobi weren't from the samurai social class. Some were born into the business, like members of the Iga and Koga clans, but others were scrappy farmers and villagers. But this isn't to say that ninjas didn't have a hierarchy. Shujendo training included sitting under waterfalls. Some historians believe that ninjas, excluding samurai overachievers, didn't receive martial arts training in the formal sense. However, the system of Shujendo is believed to have been part of their initiation. Not all ninja took part in this spiritual journey in the mountains, but the ones that did were pushed to their limits. Training included walking miles through the forest and sitting under waterfalls. Ninja outfits were pretty lame. If you go off pop culture, ninjas wore an all-black, loose-fitting catsuit. These outfits were real, but only in the kabuki theater. Furthermore, during night operations, ninja were far more likely to wear navy blue. Contrary to popular belief, blue is more conducive to slipping into the shadows than black. And blend in they did, because the majority of the time, shinobi looked pretty lame. The whole point of being a spy is not to stand out, so they often dressed as street performers, priests, merchants, and farmers. Some ninjas were just farmers. The ninjas were, for the most part, as inconspicuous as their choice in wardrobe. Many low-ranking ninjas were just simple farmers trying to survive. This provided the perfect cover, because if anyone stumbled onto them, they could pass as ordinary villagers. Throwing stars probably weren't thrown. For people eager to know about shuriken, throwing stars, they did exist. However, it's doubtful that they were thrown. If they were used at all, it's probable they were employed as a slashing tool in close quarters. Targets ninja-proofed their quarters. Even for the ninja, infiltrating a Japanese castle was a headache at best. The winding paths were hard to navigate, and guards could see you coming from a mile away. To make matters worse, certain rooms were ninja-proofed. Hallways were constructed to squeak loudly, using what's called nightingale floors. Seems super paranoid, but when you think of it, anyone could potentially be a ninja. So, it made sense to take the extra precautions. Oda Nobunaga was enemy number 1. The warlord Oda Nobunaga was on a mission to unify Japan. He saw the IGA and Koga clans as threats. He swiftly did away with the Koga, but the IGA proved to be a much bigger pain. Unfortunately for them, Nobunaga lived under the mantra of go big or go home. After sending 40,000 troops to engage the IGA in open combat, not the ninjas' strength, their stronghold was broken up, and many fled to nearby provinces. With the two powerhouses gone, it looked like the shinobi were just about extinct. But when dealing with ninja, looks can be deceiving. Ninjas became Japan's first secret service. The ninja that escaped Nobunaga's wrath had a valuable skill, but needed new employers. But things began to change in the 18th century. Japan's first secret service and intelligence agency were formed, and guess who were on the shortlist for the job? Still, that wasn't enough to save the profession. And as stability spread throughout the country during the Meiji period, the demand for ninjas faded away. Most of what's known about ninjas comes from the source. So, you're out of work and your way of life is about to be forgotten. What do you do? What any sane person would do, scroll. Not in the modern sense, but by writing a book. Considering that ninjas were spies, it's no surprise they didn't feel the need to record anything until the party was over. These scrolls provide some of the few facts that are available about ninja. However, a lot of the information was from oral storytelling tradition and isn't the most reliable source. That's all for today. If you liked the video, put a like and don't forget to subscribe. Bye everyone.